My mom grew up in the countryside of the south of France with her mother and her father and her six siblings. My mom always had a passion for traveling and decided to come to America in 1986 when she was 23 years old on a student visa, settling in upstate New York. As if learning the English language and finding a job wasn't enough, she had to deal with a lot of narrow-minded and prejudiced people. My mother recalls plenty of times when she was criticized by her home country, making her feel ashamed of where she came from. One of the first times she realized the intolerance was when she was at Temple, a place where she thought she could go without being judged. She was talking to a man when he suddenly called the French secular. Despite her feelings being hurt, she decided to keep it inside. She ignored him and did so for the rest of her time there. But even still to this day, my mother sometimes finds difficulty to be accepted. Without the American root, my mother felt like a stranger. During her time in upstate New York, when she was being introduced to friends, she sometimes felt ignored. When she would be in the middle of talking, people would cut her off or act as if she hadn't said anything. She said she felt less of a person because of her French accent. Even when she was checking out at the grocery store, the cashier got frustrated with her accent. Because he couldn't understand her, he thought he could ignore her about her comment for paper bags. He disregarded her and didn't smile or say, "Have a nice day." So she took her food out and put it in paper herself, and the cashier got embarrassed. My mother said she felt like he was trying to act more superior to her and thought she was stupid just because he knew he was born here and she wasn't. There was a more recent time where we were all at the pool. She was moving a lounge chair for my younger sister and a man got upset. She asked him what she was doing wrong and then he yelled, "Go back to your country," after he heard her accent. This time, my mother didn't keep it inside. She stood up for herself, realizing that others' opinions should not keep her down. Even though she pretends like it doesn't bother her, she still remembers and sometimes continues to experience being judged in a different light than others. She said it feels like people are attacking her nation, which she doesn't understand because not all French people are the same. Not letting anything or anyone stop her, she became a U.S. citizen after her green card in 2008. Though she has had a hard time being accepted for who she is, my mother has created a wonderful life full of amazing memories that has made her extremely proud. She said in spite of the fact of her difficult time transitioning into our culture, being away from home, and making friends, she wouldn't trade it for anything because of the beautiful family she's created. My mother's journey demonstrates the reality for immigrants of how hard it is to be an individual in the American population. But if you choose to resist the mold of society and unsubscribe from the standard like my mother did, the American dream will be that much easier to attain.